Alright, I made it safe and sound to Oshkosh Lanes, and I promised my little sister that I wouldn't drive and film at the same time, but I think a parking lot isn't too big a deal, and I'm going to park way here in the back because that way I won't forget where I parked and I can make a quick getaway too. It's kind of hot today, and here we are at the bowling alley for the benefit for Derek, and it is hot in this van, that is for sure. This is an important video today. Anytime I go out of my way to try to do something nice for somebody, try to make a difference in the world, and catch it on videotape like this, I run the risk, I run the threat of seeming, I guess, insincere with my gestures, because the good book says that when you pray, you do it in your closet so no one can see you, and when you give to the poor or help out people, you don't broadcast it on live TV or the internet or anything like that. And there are a couple of my coworkers. That's a family that I used to be really good friends with. That's the Wolf family. That's the Wolf family, I think. So, interesting that they should arrive just as I do. But, yeah. So that's the big moral conundrum today is, if people see these videos years and years and years from now, are they going to, wonder, was I doing this, to make myself look good, or maybe to make up for something terrible that I've done in my life? And that's not the case. That's not the case. Today was the 50th anniversary of my new priest spending 50 years of service, dedicated himself to making the lives of people better. And they had a big celebration for him, a big dinner. Church went almost 2 hours because there was an hour long of speaking. People just, saying good things about the Reverend Allen. And I think I'm leaving these messages behind not for my own glory or anything else, just as an example to show that, the forces of good, do make changes in the world, even if it is a little bit at the time. So I'm going to put Bravo back in the Beanie Baby pouch here, and he's going to get ready. These are brave times when a young man is sick, and possibly facing the end of his life and leaving children behind. That's a brave moment. I said a lot of things in my video to Derek, and I do believe that the disc is in there. I kind of double checked, held up to the sun. I'm one of these absent-minded guys that I'll make the video and forget to put it in the card. And I said a lot of things in his video, but there's a lot of things that I didn't say, and maybe I'll say some of them now because I didn't know how he'd take it. Like I said, I named this guy Red, even though he's got a yellow bandana on, and I don't know why I chose to do that, but I'm wearing red today. Got my heart on my sleeve again, and red is the color of courage. And even though, this guy's wearing yellow, he's red on the inside, and I'm hoping that Derek is red on the inside today, and that he has courage, that everything's going to be all right. If yellow is the color of hope, then hopefully red is the color of courage. And I'm a writer, and I've been writing this story off and on for years now, since my friend James died. And in this story, there is a eccentric old guy that has dogs, and one of his dogs runs himself to death, so to speak. That's one of the things that you got to worry about huskies, is that if you let them, they will run themselves to death. They just love running that much, and they kind of don't know their own limits. And in the story, and it's a good story, but usually most stories come down to one clutch point, to the one moment that makes a story. And in that story, this dog, this father dog that's run so much, he's on the brink of dying, tells his kids, how blessed they are because they live way up in the north. And when you live way up the north, it's really cold, kind of like the opposite of today. I'm gonna roll the window down and get some fresh air. And they have the curious situation of being able to see every breath that they take, because they always live somewhere where it's so cold. So every time they breathe out, they get to see their breath. And the father dog, as he's dying, tells his children what a blessing that is, because when you see every breath you take and every breath that your loved ones take, you immediately realize just how important it is and how vital it is. So I didn't tell him that in the video, and I was tempted to, but I didn't want to, weird him out by, I want to focus more on the hope and that Derek's going to get better. But if he doesn't, I'll make sure that his memory lives on in my stories, because that's kind of what I do. So, all right, it's time to face the challenge. Pack up Red and his litter of pups, and hopefully it is a gift that is received well and is remembered well.